Pre-Accident Podcast, coronavirus special episodes, just to keep our community informed. Hi, everybody. Todd Conklin, Pre-Accident Podcast. This is the coronavirus daily discussion point. I don't know what else to call these, actually. So we've talked about this for years when we talk about high reliability and resilience. We know that when variability, when uncertainty happens, organizations tend to lean on improvisation and adaptability. You're now in the midst of that. It's not a test. It's not a drill. It's not an experiment. You're watching entire organizations improvise and adapt in order to meet uncertainty. That's an important part of really the journey we're all on together. And this notion of adaptation and uncertainty is really a powerful tool. We know it can be effective. We know that given the opportunity, people will improvise and create stability in a system. That's what's going on. And that's what we're watching happen. Now, what that means to us, details are out. Today in the United States is a big day. I don't even know where to start. Restaurants, bars closing, borders are closing to nations. Australia put a 14-day quarantine for everybody entering the country. There's a lot of response around the notion of containment. And containment's going to be important because they have to break that curve. You've heard it spoken, the diffusion curve, the curve that the disease takes, the spike. They want to make that as low as possible. And containment's really powerful. But this idea of response, that's going to be a big part of the adaptation and improvisational strategies that our organizations, our states, our towns, our provinces, our cities, that's all going to be a big part of this journey. Let's support one another, because the tendency in past pandemics is to respond really quite negatively, to actually turn inward and force away external support and forces. It's quite probable that we could become more xenophobic, more nationalistic, more protective of our own at the risk of those around us who probably need our attention, our time, and our support. Remember, social distancing is not social isolation, and the tendency to move inwards and hunker down, that tendency probably won't help us as organizations, states, countries, societies, communities. We're going to have to be here to support one another. Uncertainty requires adaptation and improvisation, and you're watching it happen. Let's talk again tomorrow. If you have anything you want to add, anything that you think is important, anyone you think we should talk to, let's do so. That's it for today. Learn something new every single day. Have as much fun as you possibly can. Be good to each other. And for goodness sakes, be safe.